tell you what, she told me you don't want to drop the case, is that right? You want to drop the case, you want to dismiss the case, is that right?
I never said that, but I'm willing to, I'm moving forward, like, she has to take accountability of what would have happened and stuff like that.
Okay, so what the judge could do, I mean, there's the judge, but the prosecutor could agree with what thought she was saying that you wanted to do.
She asked me, how would I feel about it? That's how the conversation.
So do you want, instead of see her on some sort of probation or something, so she has to work?
I just need to know, she needs to know that this is serious because I always bail her out. You know what I'm saying? So if I just drop it, did she learn a lesson?
Pardon?
I guess to me, did she learn?
Yeah.
Will this not happen again? If she continues to try to seek treatment, I need to know her.
Well, I mean, she can tell me.
That's what I'm saying.
This is Brittany. She's a lawyer also, and she's kind of coming up here trying to learn the ropes a bit. And I'm talking to her about her daughter, who's up for detention or dismissal, and asking her about what she wants to do about the case. So, do you?
Overall, I do want my daughter home.
Well, I understand that. What'll probably happen is,
And then, from what I've heard, it's really not even up to me. Whether if I say yes or no, it's up to the other people, whether or not, if they decide, well, they want to drop it.
well, she assaulted you, and you're the victim. So you have some say so about what you want to do. The DA made a decision about whether to drop the charge. So they make a decision, and you can ask them, hey, I want to dismiss the case, I want to drop non-prosecution of the case, and they will decide. And they say no, but I want to do this before sitting under DA. I want to make sure that it's true what she's telling me, because if it's not, then we'll just proceed with the case. Now, if we proceed, it's a felony, all of it's so serious. So more than likely, the judge will put us on probation 6 months, up to a year, since it's a felony assault, and she'll have to have her trouble. That's a behavioral because you would not do drugs, so she mind you.
That sounds like a plan.
That's right, I'm talking about it.
So,
He would.
Just hold him in the county jail until he changes his mind.
so Brittany, you can come up here if you want.
Yeah, we can rehabilitate you, change your mind. You want to stay longer? All right. Okay, so this is the detention docket for Friday, June 25th. Couple things I want to go over. So what the law says is that when a child's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 business days and decide whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you in custody, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. Now, the purpose of this hearing is not to decide whether you committed an offense or not. The purpose of this hearing is to decide whether you should be detained or released back into the community. Now, as I review your case, I'll get a report and decide, based on the report, if there's probable cause. What probable cause means is that if somebody can articulate, if somebody can put into words a series of statements that, if they were true, would be a violation of our laws. Remember, there's no evidence that is true. I'm assuming that the statements are true, and that assuming that they're true, if it would be a violation of our laws. Now, there will be no witnesses, there'll be no exhibits. Again, this is not your trial. This is not about whether you did or not. This is simply about deciding whether it's safe to release you or if I should detain you. Now, I will say that I know there's information that is very important in your case that I need to hear eventually, but today is not the day. If you have information that's important, that is something that you need to tell your attorney so that your attorney can bring that to the court whenever it is appropriate. Right, I also want to let you know that you do have a right to remain silent at these hearings. Nothing you say at a detention hearing can be used against you at any other type of court setting. You also have a right to an attorney. If you or your family cannot afford an attorney, I will provide one for you. This also goes to the parents. I am certain there's information about your child, whether it's behavioral or historical or current related to this offense that will be relevant. If you have that information, today is not the day about that. It is simply about, detaining or releasing your child. If you have additional information, please provide that to your child's attorney. I think there's anything else. Oh, I see some people wearing masks. If you want to wear a mask, that's fine. If you want to take it off, that's fine. No one can give you a hard time either way. All right, so we're going to start with Natalia. All right, Natalia, let's see, you've been here for 2 weeks. You are 16 years old. And then Fort Worth PD brought you in back in June 10th. At 6:30, there was domestic, got there, the spoke with your mother. Is the mom here? Hello, Mom.
Hello.
Okay. Got into argument. As you were leaving the home, you went back inside, grabbed a knife, went outside, confronted Mom, tried to stab Mom. And when she put her hand up to defend herself, index and middle finger were cut by the knife. So Mom was able to hit you and leave the area to call the police. Police officer showed up and arrested you. You have no priors here. All right, so Mom, what was the argument about?
Petty stuff.
Could you stand up, please?
Yes, it was over petty stuff. It was nothing really. I think Miss Taylor may have learned her lesson now.
Okay, I'm just curious what it was like.
It was an argument about money.
Okay. Your money or her money?
Money that was being sent to her.
Okay.
From my friend, it was being sent to her for her birthday. That's late, but this month, well, last month. And I guess the money wasn't coming fast enough, and I was telling her pretty much it ain't got here yet, and we just went from there.
Yeah, but it was a gift.
Yes,
Yeah, you can't complain if a gift is late.
I know.
It's a gift, right? Okay. Not like she earned it. Not like a paycheck. Okay, so then in regards to your daughter, she hasn't been here before for anything.
No,
So is this just kind of one-off situation?
yes,
Have you been able to talk to her while she's been here?
yes,
Been able to visit her?
yes.
Okay. Have you noticed anything different or any kind of change in her demeanor or her relationship with you?
Yes, we actually able to talk without yelling and screaming at one another.
I'm sorry?
We was
Yeah.
actually able to talk to one another without yelling and screaming and have a civilized conversation without anger getting involved. And she's a little more open-minded and understanding.
Sure. I mean, do you feel like your safety is a concern if I was to release her to you?
No,
Okay. Does she have a history of running away or sneaking out at night?
no.
Okay.
I got that on lock.
You do what?
I got that on lock.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Mom, you understand you have a court date in 5 days for your daughter. Okay, so
Okay.
you'll be able to bring her back for that?
Yes,
It's on June 30th at 9:30 in the morning. All right,
okay.
Natalia, well, it seems like you've done your part. I do have a question. So her behavior level is level 1 outstanding today. How far did she drop down?
But, Your Honors, there was an incident that occurred on 6/18 where there was a threat to another person, but that was on 6/18, and she improved to level 2 on 6/22, and there was a 3-day gap between 6/22 and 6/25 that didn't indicate as far as whether or not she was at level 1 then, or did they just report it today?
So how far down did she drop?
It was level 3 confined on 6/19.
So she actually got in a fight with another juvenile?
Well, it says allegedly pushed.
Okay.
So that's the word that they used.
And Mom, you spoke to her since then?
I spoke with her yesterday.
Okay, okay. All right, well, Natalia, let's go and try it out. I'm gonna release it to your mom. You understand, what I'm expecting from you is to respect your mom and to respect her rules. Okay, just like you were here, you respected our rules. And so I'm expecting that same kind of behavior from you. All right? Let's try it out, but if you cause problems, we got a bed for you, right? You don't want to come back, right? Okay, let's not see you again. Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Jesse. Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
So Jesse, you just turned 14. You're on probation for breaking into cars. You started probation in January. In March, we gave you a drug test, you're positive for marijuana. April, we gave you a drug test, you're still positive for marijuana. Then May 25th, first PD went to pick you up on an electronic monitor violation. When the police got there, your mom answered the door, said you were not at home. She said you went to the convenience store earlier with some friends and had not come back yet. That's right. Is mom here?
I haven't seen her yet.
Okay. This is when I was talking to mom about, she was enabling him and like basically saying, giving him permission to leave because he's not gonna follow the rules anyways. So she might as well approve of it. All right, when the police started walking apartment complexes, they found a group of males near their pool, seemed to be juveniles after curfew. When the police went up, they tried to walk away. Jesse gave the wrong name to the police, saying he was Alex. And they asked if you knew Jesse Martinez, and you denied it. So you were wearing a GPS monitor, asked why you're on the monitor, you said you didn't know why you were on the monitor. And so they pulled up the photos, came up with a match, confirmed the warrant, and so you're arrested. And picked up a new case of failed to ID. And you're still positive for marijuana. Okay, so you're medication compliant now. You have a follow-up appointment on July 9th. Okay, so his behavior level is 1 outstanding, but it got there yesterday. How far did he drop down?
I believe it was 2U.
Okay, why did it drop down so far?
Delayed group movement, arguing with peer, continues talking without permission, refusing to dress down.
So he's just doing his own thing. Which is exactly why we're here.
Your Honor, you had asked us if we look for some placements for him, and we've kind of been trying to find placements, family placements. We're still looking at one more in Mexico, but I don't think he should go there.
Yeah, that's,
My personal opinion, but I still haven't heard back from that.
okay. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with him going with mom just because she was part of the source of the problems of the lack of supervision. And so.
Yeah, I think mom has a lot of kids on her plate. I think
Right.
was it 7?
9.
But we have a court hearing coming up next Thursday, maybe we can resolve it.
Yeah, so Jesse, I'm gonna hold you for now. I'm glad your medication is compliant. I'm just not, yeah, this is kind of a mix. It seems like your mom, and that makes it hard for me to trust her. On the other hand, knowing that your mom was so relaxed and not really supervising you, looks like you took advantage of that. And so I can't really trust you either. So I'm glad you're on your medication. It seems like that's helping. But at this point, I don't really have a place to release you to because it seems like if I put you with mom, that you're just gonna go ahead and break more laws. And that's your fault and her fault, both of y'all. Okay, so you just kind of gotta own it. You know, it's a result of your decision. So you'll have court next week. Hopefully you can get resolved. We can find a better place for you or a better spot. If you end up going back home, hopefully you make better decisions. If you want probation, take probation, do probation. If you don't want it, just let us know and we'll find something else for you. Okay? All right, thank you, Jesse. Mutaba. Yes, sir. All right, Wataba, you've been here for 2 weeks now. You're level 1 outstanding. Have been for over a week. So, do we have a parent here?
Yes.
Okay. USPD brought you in. They were dispatched for aggravated robberies. Victim was shaking when talking to the officers. Said fear for his life. He was a driver for Amazon. He was driving his personal vehicle to deliver packages. Victim just delivered a package, left the car running in a fire lane. He opened the door. Black male approached, carrying a black object the victim thought to be a handgun. Victim took off running. We looked back, saw Mataba and another black male get into the vehicle and leave. Short time later, police found the vehicle, stopped the vehicle, and you were the only one in the car. So you were identified as the one who had the gun and stole the vehicle. You were detained. No gun was found. That's in June. So back in April, there was a USPD was investigating about a theft. Met with an employee who said the maintenance golf cart had been stolen at the apartment complex. While the police were talking to the employee, he said the golf cart was found on a field nearby, had a broken axle. They received a video from the apartment manager showing you taking the golf cart. The school resource officer at Trinity identified you, and you actually had the same sweatshirt on in the school video and the golf cart. So, golf cart was destroyed. Items on the golf cart were damaged or missing. Total value of $4,000. You also have another case, I guess. Oh, same one. And we gave you a drug test at the request of your parents in May. You were positive for marijuana. And then now in June, you're still positive for marijuana. So, Mutaba, I just think that if I released you, you're escalating this behavior. You had this theft that was non-aggressive of the golf cart, and then now you're picked up for a theft using a firearm. The only where we go from here is a theft where you actually shoot somebody or kill somebody. You obviously don't care if you're under supervision because you continue to smoke marijuana after we discover that you're smoking marijuana. So if you don't care about the rules and don't care about the laws, then that's when we have to remove you and keep you out of the community. I'm going to go ahead and continue to detain you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so Ms. McGonigal, I guess you step in on this one. The next one's Kayla Page. Ms. Page is, hello, Mom.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. King?
I'm all right. So, Mom, I'm going to let you know that, oh, yes, thank you. Okay, just Porter's handling that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, so Mr. Alexander, it's my understanding that Kaylin is refusing to come out of her cell to come to the detention hearing, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mom, we're here. Ms. McGonigal is covering for Ms. Herrick, who's not here today.
Who?
And Ms. Herrick, your daughter's attorney?
Yeah, I've never seen her before.
Okay, she's normally here, but she's not here today. Ms. McGonigal is filling in for her for the detention hearing purposes. The law requires us to have a hearing every 10 days, but your daughter's refusing to come out. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna hold this hearing. I'm gonna find and make an entry that she's refusing to attend this hearing. I'm going to continue to detain her because I feel like she is a danger to herself, a danger to the community, and a flight risk that she would abscond and not return to court. Since she's not even coming to court today, I don't think she would come to court if she was staying at home. Okay, so I'm going to detain her, but I'm holding this hearing. I'll just make the entry that she refused to come to this hearing. So I'm going to continue to detain her. Hopefully you can have positive phone calls with her if you can.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about because I don't understand why Kaylin is being able to be made so many decisions.
Well,
She's-
ma'am, you don't understand why Kaylin was able to be made to make so many decisions.
Yes, she never shows up for anything. I think Kaylin showed up for one thing and she has mental health issues.
Okay.
I don't know why y'all don't make her come to court. I don't know why y'all don't.
I'm sorry, you don't know why we don't make her come to court?
Mhm.
Okay, so if this was like a final trial, I could make her come to court, but this is just a detention hearing. And her refusal to come here tells me enough information to make the decision not to release her. Okay, so the law says this hearing has to be held every 10 days. It does not say she actually has to be here. right? It's not like a trial where she would have to be afforded the right to attend. So, at this point, she's refusing to. I make this finding that, you know, she refused to come out to this hearing. And so I'm going to continue to detain her. Okay? But if she won't even come, you know, 100 feet, she's not gonna come here from home. She won't show up. So, all right.
Okay.
How's Cortland doing, by the way? Have you got in contact with him?
Cortland is in the car. He's fine, Mr. Kim.
He's in the car?
Yes, he's sitting in the car.
Bring him inside.
Okay,
I wanna see him.
I will do.
Okay.
And I'm also here because I need Cortland's mental health issue paperwork. I've been having problems with some of the staff, and you know, you've been working with my kids, you know, they all have mental health issues. And I need some of those papers in order for him to get a doctor
Okay.
outside of here. So y'all took care of him.
Who is his probation officer on his case?
I don't remember the last one.
Okay.
Y'all deal with all y'all.
Ask at the front desk.
Okay,
They can tell you who his probation officer was.
okay,
And then ask the probation officer to help get the records. I don't control those records. The juvenile probation department does.
okay,
So if they need my permission to release them, I'm happy to try and help it.
okay. And I will go get Cortland for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next one's Joshua. Thank you. All right, Joshua, you've been here for almost 60 days, 16 years old. Back in April, 4th PD brought you in. The grandfather told police he saw a news story about suspect involved in some aggravated robberies. Told police that you had a jacket that looked like the one. Told the police that you hid a BB pistol in the bushes. Got there, detained you. According to the report, about 6 o'clock in the morning, victim called police to say she'd been robbed while jogging. Vehicle pulled up, 2 black males got out, pointing guns, demanded property. When the victim did not have any, the suspects left. Short time later, another victim a block away called the police. Said sitting in his car, saw a black male standing in the street pointing a gun at him, so he drove off. Police report stated moments later, about 2 blocks away, surveillance at a school showed a vehicle stop next to a parked car. In the school parking lot, 3 males exit, break the windows out of the parked car. Suspects left the area. You were questioned and admitted being present. So you're currently in CPS care in the custody of your grandparents. So your grandparents are here?
We're here.
Hello, okay. All right, well. So Len, I have a question. He's level on sitting now since June 12th. Did he drop really far down before that?
There was a time on 5/18, it was level 3 acceptable.
Okay,
And then there was an incident on 5/15 where we had level 3 unacceptable. There was a physical altercation occurred on 5/8. But those are the only times where we dropped from the levels where he was.
so Grandpa, are you able to talk to Joshua?
Oh,
Yes, we actually
every day.
came to visit.
All right. And you're doing visits too?
Yeah, he came out, he calls us every day.
Okay. And have you noticed a change in him?
I have, one thing different is, he's taking onus. You know, before he was mad at the system because even though he was the one who committed the acts, he was with them, which made him just as guilty. And now he tells us, you know what, this was my fault, I should have never been there. And he actually is owning, you know.
Owning up to it.
Yeah.
He's manning up.
So, and that's, to me, that's a lot in my house. You can own up to what you've done, you say a lot. And he's, seems a lot more calmer. And he realized he needed help. And he's actually grateful that this happened to him so he could wake up.
So, and I think you and I agree, as a man, it's not about making mistakes, because we all make mistakes. It's about how do you react and own up to the mistake and make it right. And that's what real men do, right?
Always.
And Joshua's on that track, it seems like.
Yes.
Joshua, you turn the corner?
Yes, sir.
World looks different now, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I have a question. Why was he out at 6 o'clock in the morning that day? Did he have your permission?
No, he didn't. At that time, he was, going through his little fits of rage and anger and decided to take it upon himself and go hang out with his friends. And he'll tell you, he doesn't have an excuse for it or a reason. He just was being dumb and following the wrong people.
Right. Len, are these the other people in the car, with the cars, this incident, are they juveniles or adults?
They're
They were all
adults, they're all adults.
Okay. Did you know who they were?
Actually, yeah, we knew at least two of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is Joshua good about introducing you to his friends?
Them, yes, we actually
Yeah.
knew them all.
We knew them all. We actually allowed them to come in, hang out. You know, they kind of, pull the wool over our eyes because we did not know that they were knuckleheads as they were. So
Okay.
you learn.
You know, Joshua, part of every failed relationship, even if it's with, platonic friendship with a guy or romantic with a girl, is every time one turns out bad, you learn what to look for to avoid the next time.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, Joshua, I'm gonna go and release you. Just I'm kind of concerned that you're out so early in the morning at an odd time. I can put you on electronic monitor at the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Go about 30 days without any problems and we'll take that off.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, you also might, we did drug testing when you came in, did we?
I have no knowledge of that, no.
I'll check it, Judge. Okay. Well, it should be on the report.
There's no indication we did.
Do you have suspicions that he smokes weed or uses drugs?
No suspicions.
No suspicions
Okay.
about that.
If you do, we can start drug testing him. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt now. Really like you guys. I don't want to interfere with your parenting. I want to try and empower you rather than disable you, if that makes sense. Okay. So if you think it's the right decision, once you do it, I don't want to impose my will on what y'all are doing. Okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Lesson learned, Joshua, right? All right, don't come back.
Yeah.
All right, Nathaniel.
That's all you need, right?
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, Nathaniel, so you were here before as a runaway back in June.
Your Honor, that was just an outcast.
Right, yeah. And so this morning, North Hills brought you in, saying yesterday, almost at midnight, they were dispatched to domestic. When they got there, met with Dad, who said that there was an argument about clothes. You were talking back, so Dad removed his belt to discipline you, pushed Dad away. Dad pushed back, and you started swinging at the Dad, put him in a headlock while punching him in the back the head. And then you and your brother confirmed Dad's version, with the addition that you were initially playing Xbox. There's an argument about clothes. Father grabbed a controller, started to hit Nathaniel with a cord before you removed his belt. And you said you're acting in self-defense. Mediation was offered, Dad declined. Do we have Dad here?
No, Your Honor, it's not here.
Okay. Is Mom in the picture, Nathaniel?
No, sir.
All right. Kathleen, can I ask him a couple questions? It's not really about the offense.
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right. So Nathaniel, tell me, is there any other place we can release you to? Do you have any other relatives in the
I
area?
have a lot of other relatives.
I'm sorry?
I have a lot of other relatives, and also last night, my girlfriend's dad had said I'd be able to come over to his place.
Okay, I'm not gonna put you in the same house as your girlfriend, all right? Because I don't need a little Nathaniel running around, okay? So that is not an option. But if there are relatives, I am interested in that, okay? I'm not really interested in putting you back in the home with your dad. It seems like your dad is not interested in you being home yet, and you're probably not interested in going back yet. Okay, now, time may pass and things change. Is it Nate? You go by Nate or Nathaniel?
Call me anything.
Okay. Okay, so Nathaniel, look, you're at this weird point in life at 15 where you're in that phase growing into a man, right? And so, and I'm not trying to talk about this like some kind of doctor or be academic or anything, but there's a point now where you're transitioning and part of your brain is literally thinks like a kid, part of it thinks like an adult, especially the part where you're exploring boundaries. And that's normal and healthy, and that continues and will keep on going to about 28 or so until you finally figure out, hey, I know enough now to figure out where the boundaries are, okay? Meanwhile, you're still a kid, legally, okay? And while there are some 15-year-olds that are incredibly mature and get it, there are some 15-year-olds incredibly immature and are clueless. I'm not saying you're at either end, you're probably somewhere in between. But my point is you're still a kid, just so you know, kids don't have a self-defense argument when it comes to law. It's your dad. If there's a problem with this abuse, you can call CPS.
Already did last night.
Okay, but that is a proper way to do it, not to be physically violent back. And I want to cut you off because I don't want to hear your side of the story, because if there's a trial, I have to hear it. It wouldn't be fair to listen to your side without the DA having their witness here, okay? I'm just talking in general. So I'm of the opinion on this case, if there's another reasonable adult that can take custody of you, I'm okay releasing you. Okay, I'm not stressed about this one. I just don't want to release you back to your dad's. I'm assuming your runaway from 3 weeks ago is somehow related to your father also. Not saying it is, I'm just assuming. And so I don't want to put you back into a toxic situation. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
I'm cutting you off. I don't want to hear about it because I have to be fair to the DA, okay? So, and I'll be fair to the DA too. If he tries to talk to me about stuff about you, I'm not gonna listen to him either. So my intent is to release you. We just gotta find a place. I can't put a 15-year-old kid out on the street. I'm not gonna do that to you either, okay? So Ms. McGonigal, Mr. Laraha, if they can figure out a good place for you to go, then I'm okay releasing them.
And can we just, bring that paperwork to you, and we have to set this for another?
I beg your pardon?
Can we bring that paperwork to you, or do you want to set for another?
No, I don't need another detention. I'm okay to release as long as we can find a responsible adult to release him to. That is not his girlfriend's father, okay? Okay. All right, thanks, y'all. So, we're going for right now, I'm signing a detention order, but I'm happy to sign the release. Mary, could you stamp my signature?
Okay. And I'll follow up with Juan, and here's the Mylar.
That's the last one, over 14.
Just have a quick point of order, if I may interrupt.
Sure.
I'm following up with you on a YouTube release on EM on the 26th of May.
Okay.
He has had no violations, he's been responsible in emailing the his work schedule, and he's misdemeanor ID on the 7th of July. Do you want to continue along here?
What's your recommendation?
I'd recommend this he be taken off.
Okay, that's fine.
And Christine for a month.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, do you mind hitting end on that Zoom session?
Not a problem, Judge.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Portland.
Let's see.
Does it feel better to walk in that door than that door?
Yeah, it feels better to walk in. Oh, yeah.
Judge Kill, what is
How do
going
I
on with
end?
Kaden? Why
Do I
is
just leave?
Kaden refusing everything?
I'll just